Good morning everyone. We are starting with the topic of percentage. So a few things student you should remember that percentage is a very important topic from competitive point of view. We will ask a lot of questions from this topic and this is one of the basic, you can say it's a building block for all other topics. So if I ask you one thing, what is 50%? So you have to understand one basic thing, how to convert percentage into fraction. So you should understand if I ask what is 50% in fraction, so I hope you will know it's 50% is 1 by 2. Is it okay? And what if I ask what is 12.5%? I am asking 12.5%, please write it is equivalent to 1 by 8. Student, 12.5%, how do you solve it? To convert percentage into fraction, we divide by 100 and 1 0 is 25 5 the 25 40 the 5 1 by 8. So it's 1 by 8. But instead of solving it each time whenever you encounter this figure, so it's better you should remember it. So you should remember basic 1 by 1 till 1 by 16. You should understand 1 by 8 is 12.5, 1 by 12 is 8.33. So you will do this thing stuff in a basic lecture of DI. So one important thing you might be seeing on your screen, a 10% increase makes things 1.1 times. Do you understand it? Let the number be x. If increase by 10%, so 10% of x, 10% of x is 0.1x. So x plus 0.1x comes out to be 1.1x. Is it okay? If 10% increase, it becomes 1.1 times. So 20% increase makes things 1.2 times. And 30% increase 1.3 times, 10% decrease 0.9 times. 10% decrease I explained, x minus 0.1x is equal to 0.9x. X minus 0.2x is 0.8x and x minus 0.3x will 0.7x. Is it okay? If I ask, in order to check whether you are listening me or not, listen to me. 80% increase will make how many times? Yes guys, 80% increase. Please write on your screens. Please write 80% increase, like 10% increase will make 1.1 time. 80%, yes Keshav, exactly right. It's 1.8. Shraddha, yes. Jatin, yes. Absolutely right, 1.8. And if I ask 8% increase, yes Ina, that's good. What's 8% increase? Exactly Shraddha, it's 1.08. So you should understand the difference between 80% and 8%. Okay, so start with the first question. One important formula is, these are two formulae we are going to cover in following question. M is 50% of N. N is what percent of N? Quick. One of the very basic and very important question. Asked many times. This type of question you will frequently find in your competitive papers. M is 50% of N. N is what percent of M? Jatin is already with the answer. Anyone else? M is 50% of N. N is what percent of M? It's 1 by 50 Aditya. Anyone else? 200 Jatin. Yes. Anyone else? So let me explain. So M is 50% of N guys. M is 50%. Say 50 by 100 of N. It's 1 by 2. So N will be 2m. Very simple. So 2 in percentage term is 2 upon 1 into 100, which is none other than 200%. Is it okay? In percentage definitely Surbi it's 2, but in percentage it's 200%. So may we proceed? So one of the very simple question. Okay, thank you Shraddha. We are moving to the next question. Answer is 200%. The next question is, a number is decreased by 60%, that this number is increased by 60%. What is the net change in number? Quick, give it a try, we will discuss it. 12.5, 125, no, it's 3 by 5. What is the net change in number? Net change in number, I am asking in percentage term. How much percent? Yes, may I explain or are you still trying? It's 75%, no, Jatin, it's not 75. 84, it's not the change. Jatin, Aditya, it's not the change. I am asking about change. You are Very near to the answer. Give it a second thought, Aditya. Shraddha, no change. No, it's not correct. Ina 3 by 5% is very small. Ina 3 by 5% very. Saloni, it's not 8 by 5. What is the net change in number? I am asking in percentage term. Okay, I am explaining. A number is decreased by 60%, then it's increased by 60%. What is the net change? Let the number be 100. When it is decreased by 60%, so new number will be 40. A number is decreased by 60%, then this number is again increased by 60%. Yes, new will be 40. Again increased by 60%. 60% of 40 is 24. So 24 plus 40, it will be 64. Second, so from 100 it becomes 64. So net change is 36%. Agreed? From 100 to 64, 100 is the original number. On decreasing 40%, it becomes 60%, it becomes 40. 60% of 40 is 24. On again adding 24, it becomes 64. So final number is from 100 to 64. So there is a change of 36%. Is it okay? So you should be very peculiar about the question what is being asked. So should I explain it again? Yes or no? I am explaining it. See, let the number be 100, I said. When it is decreased by 60%, so 60% of 100 is 60. So when you decrease 100 by 60, it becomes 40. When you again increase it by 60, it becomes 40 plus 60% of 40. So it's 40 plus 24. So it's 64. So from 100 we have finally reached to a figure 64. From 100 when you have reached a figure of 64, we have decreased by 36. So 36 of original number is 36%. Yes, definitely we can do it by doing it x. So let us start it with x. Number is with x, yes. You are absolutely right, we can do it by x. When we start with x, so it when decreased by 60%, it becomes 40%, 0.4. Again increase by 60%, it becomes 1.6. So 1.6 into 0.4 is 0.64x. So from x we have reached to a figure 0.64x. So but there is a decrease of 0.36x upon x into 100. So it's 36%. Yes, Shraddha, is it okay? Or should I repeat? We have started with x. Yes. Okay. So one important thing is here. This is easy with x. Okay. Absolutely right. One more thing is there. One wonderful formula is there. Whenever there are 2 percentage changes, then net percentage change is a plus b plus ab by 100. I said whenever there are 2 percentage changes, say a and b, net percentage change you may note down is a plus b plus ab by 100. Is it okay? Net percentage change is a plus b plus ab by 100. Increase is taken as positive, decrease is taken as negative. If the net result is positive, then there is an increase. If the net result is negative, there is a decrease. So here a and b both are, a is plus 60, b is minus 60, and c net is 60 into minus 60 divided by 100. So it comes out to be minus 36, that is 36%. So you'll get directly, 36% is net decrease. So negative sign shows there is a decrease and positive sign shows there is a increase. Is it okay? Right? Yes. Net, it is a very, you can say, useful formula. Okay. I give you a question. That's it. So it is applicable everywhere whenever there are 2 percentage changes. Let us say, so here 2 percentage is like area of rectangle is length into breadth. I said area of rectangle, all of you know, is length into breadth. If I ask if length of a rectangle is increased by 20% and breadth decreased by 10%, what is the net percentage change in area? You can make use of this formula. Net percentage change is A plus B plus AB by 100. Please give me the answer. The question was, if length of a rectangle is increased by 20%, rectangle you know area is length into breadth, and breadth is reduced by 10%, what is the net change in area? Yes? Anyone miss the answer? Keshav exactly right. It's 8%. It's plus 8. Yes, exactly. So you can do with X and Y. Exactly. 8% positive. So with A plus B plus E by 100, it's 20 minus 10 plus 20 into minus 10 by 100. So 10 minus 2, it's 8% increase. So it's plus size. So it's 8% increase. Is it okay? May we proceed with the next question? So we will apply this formula at a n number of questions, and this is very useful formula. Okay, we move on to the next question. It's 36% decrease, previous question. Okay, Hitesh gets 23% marks in an exam and fails by 48 marks. If the required pass percentage is 35%, find the maximum marks. Quick, one of the very easier question and frequently asked in the papers. Yes, anyone with the answer? Okay, no one? Any guesses? I think I should do it. Let the maximum marks be X. I said let the maximum marks be X. When Hitesh gets 23% marks, so he got 23% of X. Yes, exactly. 23% X, and he fails by 48 marks. What does it mean? He would have got 48 more, he would have got passed. So 23% plus X is plus 48 are equivalent to pass marks. Is it okay? But in percentage they are 35%. So pass marks are also equal to 35% of X. So we may equate these two equations. These both are pass marks. So 35% of X equivalent to 23% of X plus 48. So it's 12% of X. Taking 23% left side, 48 gives us X is equal to 48 upon 12 into 100. It's 400. Yes, exactly. Am I okay? I repeat, Hitesh got 23%. Let total marks is equal to X. If we got 23%, he got 23% X, and if you had got 48 more, he would have got pass. So 23% plus X plus 48 is equal to pass marks, and in percentage term is 35% of X. Both are equivalent to pass marks. We equate these two and got 12% X is equal to 48. So 48 upon 12 into 100. Okay, that's good. Now you can do it logically. See, in percentage there is a difference of 12%. In percentage there is in 35% and 23% there is a difference of 12%, and in mass it's 48. So as Jatin said, 12% equivalent to 48. So 1% equivalent to 4. So this is by logic. Total thing is 100%. So 100% equivalent to 400. Am I okay? Yes. I said there is a difference of 12% in percentage, and in marks it's 48. So in 12% are equivalent to 48 in numbers, or if 12% equal to 48, so 1% equal to 4, and whole thing is always 100%. So 100% is equal to 400. So may I proceed with the next question? Okay, answer was 400. We move on to the next question. A's income is 50% more than B's income. By B's income is what percent less than A's? Very basic and very simple question. Quick. So the 200. No, it's not 200. A's income is 50% more than B's income. Jatin 200%. Okay. Let us start with very basic assumption. A's income is 50% more than B's income. Let B's income. I ask B's income. Let B's income is 100. What is A's income? 50% more than B. So A will be 150, 50 plus, okay. So how much B's income is what percent less than A's income? In absolute term, we ask 100 is how much less than 150? If there are two number 150 and 100, 100 is 50 less than 150. So 50 on what? 150. So it's 1 by 3 into 100. Is it okay? It's 33.33%. I repeat, A's income is 50% more than B's income. Let the B's income be 100, A's income is 100 plus 50, 150. So 100 is how much less than 150? In absolute it's 50. On what? 150. So it's 50 upon 150 into 100. Very basic question. Should I repeat or is it okay? So one and the same thing. Hina. If B take income X, A will be 1.5x. So how much reduce? 0.5x upon 1.5x into 100. So it's 1 by 3. One and the same thing. 33.33. Yes, Hina, is it okay now? If B income is X, A's income is 50% more. We have already discussed. When a thing is 50% more, it becomes 1.5 times. So point X plus 0.5x is 1.5x. So 0.5x upon 1.5x into 100. So you should be very peculiar about solving these type of questions. Okay? We proceed on to the next question. These are very simple and yet students do it wrong. It's 33.33%. We proceed to the next question. Very basic question and very important. Please do it. The price of a commodity is increased by 25%. By how much percent the consumption should be reduced so that expenditure remain the same? Quick. Anyone with the answer? Okay. 1 minute. You have 1 minute to try this. 25% Jatin is not correct because base has got changed. Can do it by 2-3 formula. Yes. Exactly. Jatin is correct. May we solve it? See. You are left with very less time. So I am doing it. First basic thing is not by math, just by common sense. I say you buy this commodity every month worth 100 rupees. So every month you buy it for 100, how this much of quantity, and in the month of, you say in April you went to buy this and you gave 100, shopkeeper said it's worth 125. You asked how? He said the price has increased by 25%. So you want to remain the expenditure same. You said decrease the quantity by 25 in order to get worth rupees 100. So I may have to spend 100 rupees. So on 125 we are reduced by 25. Unitary method on 1 it's 25 upon 125. On 100 it's 100. So it's 20%. This is by common sense, nothing math in it. I repeat, a certain quantity is worth 100. When it is increased by 25 it becomes worth 125. So in order to make the expenditure as previous expenditure of 100, you reduce it by 25. So on 125 you have done a reduction of 25. On 1 it's 25 upon 125 into 100 it's 20%. 125 by 25, 25 upon 125, so 1 by 5 into 100, that is 20%. Is it okay? This is one of the very basic formula. And can we do it by net percentage change? If I ask guys, can anyone do it with net percentage A plus B plus C by 100? Yes. Aditya, you got it. We can definitely do it by A plus B plus AB by 100. See, expenditure is equal to price into consumption, as area was length into breadth. So price is increased by 25%. So in net percentage change, A plus B plus AB by 100 formula. Okay, exactly. Net percentage change should be 0. So it's 25 plus B plus 25B by 100 is 0. It's 125. B by 100 is minus 25. So B comes out to be minus 25 upon 125 into 100. So it's 1 by 5, none other than 20%. Is it okay? Yes. So net percentage change is 0. You have to rush. You have a lot of question to do. Okay, do it. This is the third type of question you'll get in exams. In an election, there are two candidates. The winner gets 59% of votes and wins by 360 votes. What is the total number of votes? Given no invalid votes there. 11.38. No, Saloni, it's not the answer. No, 17, not the answer. How election results are announced? You count winner's vote. You count second person vote. No, here not the answer. You take the difference. The difference is the margin. So let the total number of votes are X. So winner got 59% X. Is it okay? How much loser we get? There are only two candidates and there are no invalid votes. So loser will get remaining number of votes, that is X minus 59% of X. Will get 41% of X. So winner minus loser. It is 59% of X minus 41% of X will give us 360. That is the margin. This is the equation we are seeking. So 18% of X is 360, 1% will be 20, to 100% will be 2000, or vice versa. You can do it like this. 360 upon 18 into 100 is 1820 is 2000. I repeat, total votes are X. Winner will get 59% of X, loser will get remaining of the votes. The margin is difference between winner and loser. So it's 59% X minus 41% X. It gives us 360. So 18% of X is 360. You can get X as 2000. Is it okay? Or should I explain? Please reply. Are you there? If you are there. Yes, Keshav, okay? Understood? So thank you. Thank you everyone. So one thing is to be remembered. You should read the question very carefully. You may be asked about how much winner will get the vote and how much loser will get the vote. So if I ask what are the total number of votes the winner got, can you give me the answer? Yes. Anyone who will come with the answer? I would like to see whose answer come first. Yes, Shraddha. Okay. If I ask what is the total number of votes got by the winner, it's definitely 59% of 2000, none other than 1180. Exactly. So here it's loser got remaining number of votes, total X, winner 59% X, remaining means X minus 59% X, that is 41% of X. Is it okay now? Yes, Hina, is it okay how you got? Yes, okay. We proceed on to the next question. I hope there are few questions left in percentage. We'll proceed with profit and loss. Okay, do this question. It's bits twisted. In election there are two candidates. The loser got 40% of votes and the lost election by 20 votes. What is the total number of votes? Given no invalid votes are there. It's reverse of the previous question. Quick. Take the total vote as X. Hint. Yes, Shraddha, 100. Surbi, 100. Exactly. 100. Shraddha, wrong. Okay. Yes, last 20 seconds. Shraddha, is it wrong? No, you are absolutely correct. It's definitely 100. Let total votes are X. I proceed. You are absolutely right. Loser got 40% of X. Winner will get X minus 40% X. It's 60% X. So margin is 20% of X. 60% X minus 40% of X are giving us 20. So 20% of X is 20. Gives us X as X as 20 upon 20 into 100. So it's definitely 100. That's it. Okay. Move on to the next question. I hope a few questions are left, or is it the last question? I may check. Okay. Very important question. Quick. Has been asked a number of times. One of the most important question of percentage. Quick. 20 by 20 into 100. Saloni, it was 20% of X was 20. So X comes out to be 20 upon 20 into 100. No, it's not the allegation. It can be done with allegation mixture question. Definitely, Shraddha, you are right. But it is one of the basic question of percentage. Jatin, 45. Yasin is absolutely 10%, 25%, 15%, 15% of 300, 45. Jatin, see it again. Where you are wrong, please see it. It's not 45. This is a trap. May I proceed? Or are you trying? Okay, Surabhi is still trying. 75. Okay, C. 10% water. If I take this vessel of 300 liter mixture, 10% of 300 is 30 and remaining is 270. So this is water. So basically one common mistake is you see 10% and 20% and take difference as 15% and 15% of 300 is 45. By doing so you are making the total mixture constant, whereas you are neglecting that the total mixture will also get increased by 45. So now total mixture will be 345. There is the catch. Okay Jatin, let us see. Let X liter of water be added to make water as 25%. So 30 plus X is water. Now total mixture will be 300 plus X. So its 25% is equivalent to 1 by 4. Cross multiply and solve. 4 into 30, 120 plus 4x. Jatin said 300 plus x. So 3x comes out to be 180, x comes out to be 60, not 75. Got it? When you add 60, yes Jatin, exactly 60. When you add 60 water, it will become 90. 90 upon 360 will 1 by 4. That will give you a mixture of 25% water. Is it okay? I repeat. Let X liter of water be added to make the water 25%. So total water will be 30 plus X. So Shraddha will do it in alligation and mixture topic. But if you still wish to see if you have the basic sense of that topic, I can do it for you by alligation. So we don't have much time, but still I can do it for you. For it's 10% water. If you have basic sense, you are adding 100% water to make water as 25%. It's 75 is to 15. It's 5 is to 1. So 5 part will get 1 part. So 1 part 1 by 5 and 300. 60. Is it okay? Yes. If anyone of you knowing alligation method, then it's not possible to explain alligation in such a brief time. So we'll proceed with the percentage method. Is one of the same thing. Okay. I repeat. Let the total mixture be X, 300, 30 water, 270 other solution, water X water added to make the water 30 plus X. 30 plus X upon 300 plus X is 25%, 1 by 4, through 3X 180, so X comes out to be 60. So that's it. So this was, I hope, one of the last question of percentage. Answer is not 45, it's 60. Last number questions. Quick. Two numbers are respectively 20%, 50% more than a third number. First number is what percent of second? 20 seconds to solve this question. May you proceed or are you trying? See, very simple. Two numbers are respectively 20%, 50% more than a third number. Basic thing is take third number 100 or x. First number will be 20% more, it's 120. Second number will be 50% more, it's 150. First is what percent of second means first upon second into 100. Very simple. So first upon second into 100, first is 120. Basic question is 120 is how much percent of 150? It's 3 4 the, 3 5 the, 4 by 5 is none other than 80%. Is it okay? I repeat, take third number as 100, first number becomes 120, second 150. First is how much percent of second, 120 is how much percent of 150. Absolutely right, you all are right. It's 120 upon 150, it's 4 by 5. 4 by 5 into 100 is none other than 80%. Okay. We proceed on to the next question. Price of commodities increased by 20%. Find by how much percent consumption should be reduced so that net expenditure increase by 8%. You can make use of A plus B plus AB by 100. Quick. Has anyone got the answer? Should I proceed? Okay. Expenditure is price into consumption. So you want to net change. So net change is A plus B plus AB by 100 C. Net percentage change you need 8. A is 20. You need C consumption plus B plus 20 B by 100. So it's 8 minus 20. It's 120 B by 100. So gives us B as minus 10. Is it okay? I repeat, A take it A as 20, net change is 8, you have to find B, so minus 12 is 120, B by 100 gives us the answer as B as minus 10. Is it okay? May we proceed with the profit and loss? Yes, Aditya is absolutely 10%. Okay, so guys, this was about percentage. We now quickly move on to profit and loss. Definitely, these are the frequently asked question of the topic we have covered in percentage. Okay, we are starting with profit and loss. So may I start with, guys? Say yes. Okay, we are starting with profit and loss. See, you have to understand a few of basic things quick. We are left with a few minutes. So profit and loss. I hope you understand a few terms. I will repeat. Cost price is price at which a thing is bought. Selling price, price at which it is sold. If selling price is greater than cost price, so what is it? Is it profit or loss? I say if selling price is greater than cost price, definitely it's a profit. Yes, I hope you all of you know. And if cost price is greater than selling price, there is a loss. Okay, I proceed. Definitely. One important thing is CP is 100. Say rather than 100 I take CP as 20 and SP is 30. So how much profit in rupees? Definitely it's 10 rupee profit. If CP is 20, absolutely. I repeat, if CP is 30, SP is 20. So definitely there is a loss of rupees 10. Absolutely right. But in first case, if in percentage profit will be 10 upon 20 into 100. It's 50%. In second case, it will be 10 upon 30 into 100 loss. So one thing is to be remembered that profit and loss percentages are always calculated on cost price, never on selling price. Okay. We proceed on to the next question. Basic term of profit, loss, percentage. We move on to the discount and other things. Profit is SP minus CP. Okay, if profit and loss percentage are always calculated on cost price, one thing is to be remembered, we have to take profit percentage as profit upon CP into 100 here, and loss percentage as loss upon CP into 100. In denominator, you have to take cost price, never on selling price. Is it okay? Okay, whenever you take selling price in denominator, you will get the wrong answer. You have to remember these few things. Profit and loss percentage are always calculated on cost price. One thing is to be remembered. I quickly review a few of the things. You should know how to calculate profit, cost price and selling price. If I ask cost price is 100, say 120, profit is 10%. Can you tell me what is selling price? Okay, I said cost price is 120, profit is 10%. Is anyone come up with the selling price? It's 132. Aditya, Jatin both say 132. Anyone else? Shraddha 132. Surabhi 1. Absolutely, you all are correct. 10% of 120 is 12. So selling price is cost price plus profit. So 120 plus 12, it's 132. So there are two formulae. One is selling price is CP into 100 plus minus profit by loss upon 100, and if you have to find CP, then SP into 100 upon 100 plus minus profit by loss. If you have to find profit, you add plus. You have to find loss, you have to find minus. Okay, but we'll prefer to do it by logic, otherwise formulae are there. If I say cost price is 200, profit is 20%, what is selling price? Aditya came up with the answer 240. Anyone else? Is it 240? 20% 200. My question is cost price is 200 Surbi and profit is 20%. How much is selling price? 20% Saloni. Please check. 200. 20% of 200 Saloni is not 10, it's 40. Am I okay? 20% of 200. Yes, absolutely. First we are doing it by logic without formula. 20% 200 is 240, is 40, sorry. So 200 plus 40, 240. Is everyone okay? We are doing it with formula. We are just checking 20% 200 is 40. We are adding 200 to 40 to get the answer as selling price at 240. So selling price is cost price plus profit. Similarly, if you have to find cost price, so cost price will be selling price minus profit. The profit comes here. Is it okay? Yes. If I ask, if selling price is 360, my question is selling price is 360, profit is 20%. What is cost price? Without formula. As you know, cost price is selling price minus profit. Quick. Is it 40 Hina? Too less? Please check. What is cost price? So we subtract 20% of 360. 72 from 360. I ask, is it okay to have the answer 288? Yes. 288? No. 288 is not the correct answer. What you are doing wrong? You are finding 20% of 360. And 360 is selling price. As I already said, yes, Jatin, definitely 300. You are absolutely correct. So I am coming to the point. Yes, Aditya, you are absolutely right. If you are finding 20% of 360, you are finding 20% of SP. So that is the catch. You have to find for profit always on cost price, never on selling price. Yes, Surbi, all of you are correct. You can do it with formula or by logic. Logic says selling price is CP plus profit. Profit is 20% of CP. So it's 1.2 of CP is 360. So CP comes out to be 360 upon 1.2, that is 300. You can reverse check. 20% of 300 is 60. So it comes out to be 360. So I hope you have understood. So you should understand the basic, you can say, percentages. So you can do it by formula. In formula you can directly find 360 into 100 upon 120. There is no catch. But by logic, I prefer you do it by logic. So CP plus 20% of CP is 1.2 of CP is 360. So CP comes out to be 360 upon 1.2. So I hope you all can find CP and SP now. Is it okay? Profit and loss is totally dependent on certain system of hierarchy. The hierarchy is such that I say the first thing comes into picture of profit and loss is mark price. You should understand a certain hierarchy. Let us say, assume mark price of a shirt is 800 rupees. I am making you understand the concept. The first whole profit and loss is dependent on this hierarchy. Certain things are missing. So please be careful. I am explaining the concept. Let us say a shirt is marked at 800 rupees. This is known as mark price in term of profit and loss. But in general term, it can be known as MRP. That is maximum retail price. Or it can be known as print price, right? It can be known as labeled price. Formula, yes Jeanette, the formula for selling price is cost price into 100 plus minus profit by loss upon 100, means if there is a profit then you have to plus, if there is a loss you have to subtract. And CP you can find from this, shift 100 here. So CP comes out to be SP into 100 over 100 plus minus profit upon loss. Is it okay? Yes, Zinat, is it okay? May I proceed? Yes, Zinat, are you listening? Okay. So I am coming to again point. Say mark price, profit and loss. I hope you all are listening. We always start with mark price. So mark price is MRP, print price, labeled price or mark price. It is a price that is written on the item to be sold. It's always come first, mark price. Whenever any customer goes to the shopkeeper, he asks for what is discount. Is it not so? Whenever you go to shop, how much it will take? Okay, bhaiya, kitne ka lega? In sophisticated, what is the discount? Okay, say there is a sale of 50%. Okay, you'll get shirt for how much? Quick, Mark price of shirt is 800. Absolutely, Shraddha. Very smart. It's 400. So 800, 50% of 800 is half, 400. So you'll get the shirt for 400. Your cost price is 400. But we have started from shirt point of view. So shirt's mark price was 800, discount 50%. So its selling price is 400. Thereafter, the shopkeeper will definitely have some profit. If I say profit of shopkeeper is 25%. What is cost price of the shirt? Again the basic formula. I said selling price is 400, profit is 25%. What is CP? CP is selling price. So my question is, what is cost price of the shirt? Yes. Again very basic question. If selling price is 400, profit is 25%. Again cost price plus 25% of CP, or you can alternately take this formula. Yes, Saloni, you are absolutely right. It's 320 or 1/4, 800. It's definitely 320. You can see CP plus 1 by 20% is 1/4 of CP is 400. It's 5/4 of CP, 400. So CP comes out to be 320. 320, 1/4, you get, or you can, if you are not able to understand, then you can put it in this formula. It's 400 into 120 upon 125, 4/5, it's 320, and vice versa. So I hope you have understood how to find. So one thing is to be remember, my point is, you should understand this hierarchy. First comes the mark price, then come discount, then selling price, then profit and cost price. Two important thing is, profit and loss percentage are always calculated on cost price, and discount is always calculated on mark price. That are the two only catch. Whenever you do a mistake in these terms, in this funda, you will get the wrong answer. So I repeat, discount is always on mark price. So discount percentage is discount upon mark price into 100, and profit percentage is profit upon CP into 100. So these are the two things you remember, and this is the hierarchy you should remember. It is always on mark price, never on selling price, Shraddha, or cost price. And if discount is 0, then mark price and selling price are same. So these are the basic assumption, these are the basic rules you have to understand. Discount is always on mark price, and profit and loss percentages are always on cost price. So this is profit and this is discount. So profit and loss are always on cost price, and discount is always on mark price. I hope you understand these things and you have understood how to find CP and SP. Okay. We are proceeding to the questions now. And discount is 0, then mark price and selling price are same. When you go to the season, you get things at mark price, then mark price and selling price are same. That is the catch. And discount is always on MP minus CP. So please do solve this. You should remember the hierarchy. Mark price 800, selling price 600, CP 400. Find discount and profit. Remember two things. Discount is always on mark price, and profit and loss are always on CP. How much percent? What is 25%? Is it discount or profit percent? Yes, discount. Yes, good. And what is profit percent? Definitely. Discount in rupees is 200. So it's 200 divided by 800, that is 1/4, 25%. And profit is also 200 in rupees, but it is on CP. So 200 divided by 400, it's 50%. So 50% profit and 25% discount. I hope you have understood. Exactly. We move on to the next question. Mark price 1000, SP 900, CP 800. You have to find discount and profit percent. Quick. Yes. Shraddha, discount. 100 upon 1000. Absolutely. Absolutely, all are correct. It's 100 upon 1000 is discount. 1/10 is 10%. And profit. Absolutely. 100 upon 800. Already discussed, 1/8 is none other than 12.5%. So this is profit, this is discount. Okay, I hope you all have understood. We move on to the next question. Now SP, profit, discount and given. So what I said, remember, The hierarchy. First come the mark price. Second come discount, which is given 25%. Then come selling price, which is given 3000. Then come profit or loss, which is given 50%. You have to find the cost price. So these two things are missing. So remember the hierarchy we have already done and solve the question. Rest all our stories. Whole profit and loss is dependent on this hierarchy. CP 2000. Exactly. Here come is CP 2000. Aditya 2250. What is 2250? MP. How come T250? 1/4 of SP. You are doing again the same mistake. Aditya check. Discount is not on selling price. It always on the mark price. Remember one thing. 3750. No. You can't add 25%. Again you are doing the same mistake. MP is not given. So take MP as MP. X. MP minus 25% of MP is equal to selling price. It's 3000. That is what asked. It is 75% of mark price is 3000. So mark price comes out to be 4000. So 4000 had the mark price be 4000. 1/4 of it is 1000. So you get 3000 at selling price. Okay, got it? Yes. Cost price definitely 2000. But mark price, everyone got the mark price? Yes, Aditya, is it okay? Yes, Shraddha. Okay, so remember two things. The basis, the very basic topic. You should remember only two things. Profit and loss percentages are always calculated in cost price, and discount is always on the mark price. If you are cautious about two things, you will never get wrong answer. Okay, we proceed on to the next question. Yes, Zinat. What is the problem? Profit and loss are always on the cost price. We'll understand it with by this question, Zinat. So hierarchy is, you write the hierarchy, write mark price, see whether it is given or not given. Discount is given. Then selling price not given. Selling price given, it's 1400. Profit 40%. Cost price. So Zinat, we will explain this question. I hope you will understand. CP is 1000. Saloni, very quick. Exactly. CP plus 40% CP is 1400. You can say 1.4 of CP is 1400, or CP comes out to be 1000. So definitely this figure comes out to be 1000. You can reverse check. 1000, 40%, 1000 is 400. So it's 1400. So profit and loss are always on the cost price. You have to find 40% of cost price. Now, what about mark price? 1370. Saloni, you are doing once again the same mistake. Shraddha, it's mark price minus 30% mark price. It's 70% of mark price is 1400. I quick give you the review. No, Jatin, it's not 3070. It's percentage. And discount percentage is always on the mark price. Please recheck it. I hope you should. Yes, Shraddha, you are absolutely right. It's 2000. You got it now. Yes, Jatin, please check it. Should I explain? Yes, Jatin, what is the answer of mark price? Aditya, Keshav. Exactly. Aditya, see. Discount is always on mark price. So you have to subtract discount from mark price, but it is on the mark price. So mark price minus 30% mark price is selling price. That is equivalent to 1400. It's 70% of mark price is 1400. 7 to the 14. So mark price comes out to be 2000. Once you find the mark price, you reverse check it. So 2000, 30% of 2000 is 600. So 2000 minus 600 is 1400. Is it okay now? Yes, Aditya. Should I explain it again? I said discount is always the mark price, Saloni. So you have to subtract discount for mark price. So mark price, say I wrote MP. Mark price minus 30% mark price. So anything subtracting 30% will give you 70%. So it's 0.7 of mark price is 1400. So mark price comes out to be 1400 upon 0.7. It's none other than 0.2000. You reverse check it. If mark price had the mark price in 2000, so 30% of 2000 is 600. So 200,000 minus 600 will give you 1400. Yes, Saloni. Should I explain or is it okay? Please do write. Okay, understood. Thank you. We proceed on to the next question. So remember two things. You have to remember first the hierarchy. First come the mark price, then discount, then selling price, then profit, and then CP. So two important facts to be remembered. Profit and loss are always calculated on cost price, and discount is always on the mark price. So whenever you do this wrong, you will get the wrong answer. Otherwise, there is no problem in this topic. A man buys an article for 25 and sells it for 26. Find his gain percent. Quick. Very basic question. CP is given, SP is given, you have to find the profit percent. Absolutely right. Very easy, Shraddha. Got it, Jinath. You are absolutely correct. The rupees, there is a profit of 1. And profit upon CP, that is 1 upon 25 into 100. It is none other than 4%. We move on to the next question. I don't think we should spend some more time in this. Again, very simple. You should remember profit and loss are always on the cost price. By selling an article for 165, a man gains rupees 15. What is the gain percent? Absolutely 10. All of you are correct. Cost price will be 150. So 15 upon 150 is none other than 10%. Quick, very important question. Very important. Quick, you have to remember profit and loss percentage are always on cost price. I'll give you a minute for this. Please give it a try. Yes, are you trying? Should I go it? It's a single liner. Okay, Jatin still trying. Stuck. Okay, I am explaining. The last line is, what is the cost price? I hope I should start it. See, are you trying or may I start? He asked, are you trying? Okay, I am going to give it an explanation. See, let's is the CP. You should remember that profit and loss percentage are always calculated on cost price. So in first case, it is minus 5% of CP. And in second case, it's plus 7% of CP. So there is percentage term, there is a 12% of CP difference, and rupees term, it is of 48. So 12% of CP is 48, very simple. So CP comes out to be 48 upon 12 into 100, that is 400. Or vice versa, if 12% 48, 1% 4, and 100% is 400. Is it okay? I repeat, in first case, it is minus 5% of CP, and in second case, it's plus 7% of CP. So there is an absolute 12% of CP difference. So 12% of CP is equivalent to 48. So CP comes out to be 48 upon 12 into 100. That is none other than 400. Very simple. And student, do it with very long process. So this is one of the easiest method to solve it, and one of the frequently asked question in the competitive exam. A man bought toffee for 3 for a rupee. How must he sell to gain 50%? You know, selling price, if you know, do it by formula is CP into 100 plus profit by 100. So CP of 1 is 1 by 3. Profit is 50%. It's 150 by 100. 53 the, 52 the. So SP of 1 is 1 by 2. So when SP of 1 is 1 by 2, so you should sell 2 for a rupee. Okay. So this was about a basic of profit and loss. Thanks a lot and all the best. And we'll see you in the next session. Thank you.